Nope, they can't. Hey guys, now you can hear us.
Can you hear us there?
That's my bad.
You posted in chat. I just did a massive explanation of the list.
Of the list, yeah, it was beautiful, and it was on mute.
Okay, would you like me to do it again? Because now I know what I'm actually going to say.
Just go through it nice and quick there, Rhett.
Okay.
Just
all right.
Run it down super quick while
Okay,
the guys
we'll be
are
really
enjoying,
quick.
and
Yep.
Brad will remember next time.
Hey, that wasn't me, Will. That was a Brad issue.
100% not Rhett's fault.
It's on the recording. I did a wonderful job, and Brad sat there, listened, and then is forcing me to do it again. On Matt's side, doing this very quickly, I did explain it before, but for Ben's sake and those other people at Garage Legion, as it should be called from now on, I'm just going to go through it really quickly. So Ben, if you need some explanation, go to chat. I can explain there. So we've got Dooku on Matt's side, who is the Heavy Force user HQ. In operative slot, we've got Cad Bane. We've got 5 B1 droids, 3 with the 3 black dice heavy weapon, the E5C B1. We've got 2 units that are naked B1s with HQ uplink, and we've got 2 BX droids with the snipers, and rounding out the core is the B2 battle droids unit, super battle droids if that, with B2 ACM. We've also got a hostage attached to it, as you can see potentially from where you are, and that is the hostage unit that Matt is using. Up on Evan's side, we have Director Orson Krennic leading the troops, with Bosk slotting into that operative slot. We've got 3 Shore Trooper units, each with the T-21B Trooper heavy weapon. We've got 2 Mortar Troopers and 2 Death Troopers, both of which have the DLT-19D Trooper heavy weapon upgrade, as well as the configuration for their weapons. At this time, it is in the grenade launcher configuration. That means they're going to get blast at 1 to 2.
Cool. So while we are waiting for... no, we can't do that because I forgot to do that. Never mind. I was going to show you the step-by-step of how we ended up on this mission set, but I actually forgot to set that up in the stream. So yes, definitely amateur hour. And that was my bad, because instead of doing what I normally do and muting the audio, I actually hit it. So I couldn't even see that it wasn't working.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, amateur hour. This is,
completely
when we say
amateur hour.
It's Little League. It's not Big League, guys. All right,
yeah,
it's in the
right.
name.
This is
okay.
Round 1, Game 1, first matchup, and hopefully we won't make that mistake again next time. So I'll just remove these missions from everybody's face so we can see the map. And what I'm going to do is just flip to have a look at the board from the viewpoint of Evan's blue deployment zone, so we can see what that looks like from his perspective. If I press this button, there it is. So we can see Evan's got, whoops, not that button. Evan's got a big building taking up the middle of his area there. His B2's deployed in a nice little conga line in the middle there. We've got plenty of cover as we move up. If we have a look, you can see that there's not really like a line from one side of the board to the other. The buildings pretty much cover all that. So protected advances are an option. Plenty of heavy cover around with the barricades. And then a little bit of light cover in the crates and the sand mounds or the craters there. And if I press this button, we can spin around and have a look at the table from Matt's point of view. Who put the barricade on top of the building? I don't know. We were talking about the list when that happened. I did see out of the corner of my eye a barricade fall down, but I guess that's a illegal placement up there.
I'd be saying that probably Evan chucking it up there, looking to capitalize with covering that middle unit of the hostage retreat.
Yeah. Can anyone... No one's got jetpacks here, right?
No, I don't think so, but they
Or
should be
it's...
able to climb up this ladder that you can see here on the
Oh,
side.
there's a ladder?
Yeah, so just around the back of it, near the crates, there is a ladder hiding there. So that's a pretty good spot to chuck maybe a shore unit or a death trooper unit and cover that hostage
Oh,
gateway.
you're talking... Sorry, I'm talking about the tower, Rhett.
Oh, there's one up there. I did not see
Yeah,
that.
I
There
don't
is
know
no
what...
ladder on that building. No.
Yeah, like, nobody's getting up there. There's
No.
no jetpacks, no ascension cables.
No. No Grievous either. So yeah, super sad.
It's height 3, so yeah,
Wow.
that's a bit silly. But no, that barricade on top of the building there that you were talking about, that one seems to make sense. That's probably a pretty clever position there. Although, I mean, you're almost always going to be in heavy cover on top of the building anyway, right?
Yeah, unless you're shooting across to somebody else on top, but I can't see Matt doing a lot of that. Maybe with the BX droids. He did actually tell me before the game where he was keen to put one. He had a little look at the table quite quickly. On Matt's side, he's got some crates just outside of deployment zone. There's some grey ones there, and a little bit of a line. Probably right near the middle, near the mortar trooper, and there's enough space just there for a BX sniper to stand and actually see most of the map.
Cool.
So I would expect to see Matt scouting up the BXs from the right on top of his, say, that moisture evaporator just near where he's deploying now. We should see a Scout 3 up to the crates, and then the first move will be stepping up there and getting some sweet shots.
Okay, so looks like we're up to... Matt's dropped 1 unit of droids there.
Yep.
And Evan is deploying a 2nd unit of shore troopers. Obviously, deployment takes a little bit longer with what are we? TTS.
Yeah, bright side, you don't need to go and find all your dudes and make sure you got the right ones. You can just color code and off you go.
Yeah, just a little bit more fiddly to place individual figures.
I was also having a chat with Matt, and he predicted exactly what Evan did here, which is using the mortar trooper for the hostages, just because they'll move it'll just move just a little bit bigger, or longer, I should say, than something else that could be taking it. I don't expect that mortar will live very long, but it is able to bail back, potentially take a shot later on, and pass over that objective to maybe something with red dice saves rather than the white that the mortar carries.
Yep. So I haven't played this scenario, Rhett. How does it work?
Just a correction as well. Sorry, mortar does have red dice. My apologies.
Of course it does.
I do not play Imperials. So this scenario, so I'll give you a quick rundown for us and the viewers. So essentially what happens is, starting with the blue player, they put down a hostage in the middle, and then the other person, a hostage unit that carries it, they choose one, they put it in the middle, and then their opponent can move it 1 speed towards whichever way they want. So typically that means towards your enemy's lines, because the aim of this scenario is actually to get that hostage back into your deployment zone and to hold it there as well. So you get a point for having it in your zone, and you get an extra point, I believe, for holding it in your zone as well. So to begin with, right when they put someone down, it is not a case of that unit just dies first turn, because they can't actually be targeted by enemy abilities, can't be shot, can't be engaged in melee, nothing. So we had a question before about Cad Bane and his bombs, and even the bomb cannot affect that hostage carrier, the enemy one. It blows up, but it cannot take damage from it because it is an enemy effect. So we're going to see those hostages move back immediately, basically from right where they were placed. So the B2s are going to, I would imagine, head towards those barricades. That mortar is going to do the same thing, but the other way. So end game here really is shepherd that hostage unit back into your deployment zone, and try to smash the enemies. So what might happen here is that I find it typically does, is both hostages will end up in their deployment zones, and it'll come down to points killed. But you can't really bet on that, because a lot of times you may just end up losing that hostage carrier, and if you do, that's game. So it should be interesting. Also, we have fortified positions, so typically you don't have as much cover in this, these central regions. But both Evan and Matt were able to put down these barricades you can see in the middle to give a bit more support for their hostage carriers. So it makes it just that bit more harder for the hostages to get shot from turn 2 onwards.
The hostage carrying units, can they can attack and stuff as normal in the first turn, or can they not do that either?
No, they can. So that's the interesting part. They can attack first round. They also give the unit that's carrying them an extra courage, and it also reduces your maximum speed by 1 to a minimum of 1. And that unit cannot actually start a melee at any point. So, even turn 6, they still can't fight anything.
Okay.
So Matt's just popped in to ask us a rules question. So Matt has asked, can Cad, when he uses Here I Am, is revealed, does he get a face up? The answer is yes, he does. So I have been doing a little bit of prep for this, looking up that. So Cad Bane puts 3 tokens down at the beginning of the game, as you can see on the table. One is called Smoke and Mirrors. It is nothing. It's just smoke and mirrors, believe it or not. We have 1 token, which is a bomb hidden away there, so it blows up and does a lot of damage to those people around it at range 1. And then the final token is called Here I Am. So when it gets revealed, Cad Bane replaces that token and he gets a face-up token. So it's Matt's choice at the beginning of the game where he puts those tokens and which ones go where. So it's a bit of a mind game before you even start deployment. So this middle one here could be the bomb, but Matt might be thinking, oh, maybe Evan knows that that's the bomb, so maybe the bomb is somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, so there's a lot of trickster to it. If I was a gambling man, I would say that the Cad Bane is up near the tower, the one that's hiding over there, just because he gets a bit of cover from where he is and he can flank through there. But this token over here on the other side is equally acceptable, but probably not as protected as the other one, because Matt has maybe only 2 moves to actually get complete line of sight blocking, whereas when he's over the other side, there's very little. The one in the middle is a bit riskier because he does open straight into difficult terrain, which may cause a bunch of issues if, for instance, the Death Troopers are quite near or Bosk is around and handy.
Cool. So it looks like we are almost deployed here.
I think so.
Matt's still got his characters to go down.
Yep, and Evan's still got a Bosk and a Death Troopers to go down as well.
Yep.
So almost there.
Everybody else is on the board. Oh no, Krennic as well has just been moved.
Yes. And the BXs aren't down yet either. We haven't seen the scout. So a little bit longer. So if we've got a second, maybe I'll talk about AI, just to give people a bit of insight into what to expect from Matt's strategy here.
Yep.
So the whole shtick of the droids is to get the order commands happening, so they all basically have face-up tokens, all the B1s and B2. Because these droids have AI built in, that means that they really want to attack. So if they don't have a face-up token, these droids are going to attack first. Or if your BX droids, you are actually going to either dodge or move. This is a problem for the BXs, less so for the B1s because they can coordinate each other. The droid commanders, the commandos, the BXs, can't coordinate. So oftentimes you've really got to choose between setting that chain off, either with HQ uplink or your order cards, or leaving the droid commandos, the BXs, to basically be forced to move or dodge. This can be a bit of a problem if you really want those aim tokens to put lethal on the sniper rifle to start getting some shots in, especially through this red armor of the Imperials here. It's a bit of a choice then. Do you want to dedicate your command cards to the BXs or potentially pop HQ uplinks through multiple turns and keep recovering, potentially losing the strength of 1 or 2 units? Or do you want to just dodge and shoot with droid commandos and just hope you roll well and hope they roll poorly? So it's a bit of an interesting choice here. Matt's quite used to them. He's been playing BXs a bit. We've been testing with the ARCs. So he's got a bit of experience with them. And I imagine Evan is well aware of what they're going to do as well. So it should be interesting. Yep. Back in. You know, that's like the timer there, 8:30 on the dot.
Every time.
Every time. That's it. We're 2 for 1 now. I've got 1 error. You're par for 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're done 3. We're done now.
Yeah, that should be it now. Okay, so look, we've got the first unit of commandos going down here now. Matt is just doing his scout move.
Perfect.
But yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Obviously, the old trick with playing Separatists is just, give all the B1s orders to avoid the AI attack. But now that you've got options and different things to field, you've got extra considerations. Because, yeah, I can't imagine you really want those strike teams dodging as their first action very often. Having that aim is definitely going to be stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. If they dodge, it's not the end of the world because they do pack Sharpshooter 1 as well. So often you are rolling 2 hits or crits with red dice.
Yeah, red dice are pretty good.
Those. So often you'll be able to push probably at least 1 hit through, even into heavy cover. Obviously much better against droids and rebels than it is against clones and Imperials, though. We see Matt here as well, hopping the crates up. I believe that's with scale on the BXs.
Yep. So you reckon that sniper team probably going to move on to the roof of that building?
No, I think they're going to be on the end of the crates, but in the corner.
Just here.
Yeah. So with the silhouette, you should be able to see it all the way down past those shores. You can see the mortar up on the roof. It's got a good line of sight from where he is or where he will be.
Yeah, cool. And probably see those death troopers over there as well, which are a pretty good target for snipers.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll come down to whether he has enough height, because that dome does block a fair bit of the left flank from Matt's perspective, but he can have the option as well about jumping on top of the building. So that should be interesting. Interesting. We've talked about Matt's side a fair bit, but
stop doing that, Brad.
Evan's got a
whole army as well.
He does, and it's pretty scary as well. All of these things have red dice. Matt's dice, for the most part, pump out white en masse. So Evans, even though he's going to have snipers and a whole bunch of dice shot at him, odds are he's going to shrug off a lot of it. He doesn't really care about suppression that much, with the Death Troopers and Krennic hanging around, and Bosk is going to have a field day being able to punch out maybe 2, 3, 4 B1s at a time, each turn. Plus his command cards are pretty phenomenal, so it should be interesting. Yeah, Death Rain Hunter on BXs would be good to get those aims. Problem is with the CIS lists at the moment, the points are incredibly tight. So even 12 points, which would be what you need for Hunter on these two lists, just isn't there. And oftentimes, if you have 12 points to spare on a CIS list, you're probably looking at 2 extra B1 bodies. You're looking at maybe a Force upgrade on Dooku, or even something else on Cad Bane, just to make him last a little bit longer. So I don't think at the moment, unless you're looking at cutting core, which is never a really good idea for CIS, those 12 points probably can't be spared at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's such a interesting faction lineup with your super cheap core units, but then you have to spend 200 plus points on your commands. And I love how we're talking about Matt's list again.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how we gravitate to it. I think it's because it's got the new shinies in it. It's this
that was
cool
gonna
thing.
be my
Mm.
But we'll have Inferno Squad legal for the next Empire game, so we might see Evan doing something with that.
So we've just seen Evan post in chat that the bounties are on Cad and Bosk. Huge surprise. Bounty hunters are going after each other. So it should be interesting to see if they can take each other out. We'll see who the best bounty hunter is. Do we want the cards in the no, cool, fantastic.
No, I've got them set up to pop up on the screen. So
techie, living in the 22nd century now.
Are the hostages in the right place? I hope so.
Yes. They're standing next to the leaders that are holding them. Can't see a problem. Yeah, move one from center. Yeah, so the center would have been about just over from where Brad is. So yeah, they're speed 1 movement away. Speed 1 always looks a bit smaller than it is on TTS, just because of perspective. But when you put it down, it's actually pretty long. Yeah, there's a blue dot, which is the middle in there. You can see.
Yep.
So looking at Evan's setup, pretty standard gun line. Bosk hiding in the middle there, going to give a bit of cover to the mortar with the hostage. Wouldn't be surprised either if this central shore unit moves up to try to take that hostage, just in case that mortar dies. So should see a bit of firepower smashing into each other soon. That mortar will be pretty useful, potentially looking at panicking. Something. Have we got a timer running, Brad?
We do not. We should do that.
Yeah. I'll let you do that because I cannot. Do you want me to get them to do it?
Yeah, hang on. How many? Why in seconds? Why is the timer in seconds? How is that helpful?
A lot.
How many seconds? So guys are just selecting their command cards now. 7,200 seconds, Will says.
Sure. Not sure how much I trust Will, but okay.
That's 2 hours. All right, let's just leave it at that and see what happens.
Okay.
He's just guessing. He says he's guessing. Cool.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Font of knowledge there. It's fantastic.
That's super helpful.
Yeah. All right. It looks like they're getting geared up. We only have Cad Bane waiting to pop up, and they're playing command cards here. Fantastic.
So we have...
Oops. Evan putting his face up. I hate to see it.
have a standing orders from Evan.
Yep. So I reckon we probably see 2 standing orders here. So HQ uplinks activated there. We see going from white unit to yellow unit to the red BXs, and then it's going to go the opposite: green, blue, orange BXs. So it was 2 standing orders. That's good. Cool.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't see Matt's. Don't know what Matt did with his card in the end.
Mudbud font of knowledge, but said sarcastically. I just want to clarify that. Yeah, just in case, sarcasm on the internet's quite difficult.
Okay, we want 9,000 seconds.
Okay.
Let me just fix that up.
9,000 seconds minus 2 minutes.
Whatever.
All right, so Evan's passing out his order to Bosk, and then the Krennic is going to give the order for the Death Troopers on the right flank to command with his entourage ability. Matt gave his single order to I don't know, I cannot see it. I would have thought Dooku, but here we are. There we go. Yeah. So he did do it to Dooku. He just doesn't know how this game works and did not pull the order token out.
Okay, so Matt is going first. Is that right? Did we roll the dice? Yeah, Dooku's moving forward.
Yes, Dooku seems to be going first. Yeah. Cool. So Matt did play. He did play his Cad Bane card first turn. I just cannot see where it is.
Of course he did.
Yeah. There it is, right in the middle. Yeah. So Cad Bane.
So he played. What's it called? I make the rules now. There we go.
Excellent. I was just confused about how Dooku got an order.
I think he drew from the stack. I think it was the only thing left in the stack.
Perfect. Okay,
so Matt's first action there was draw, and then Dooku double moved.
Perfect. Yep, and then reflexed for a dodge. Nice.
Yep, and now we've got Evan activating his mortar with the hostage and making his way back towards his own lines with a move there. So he gets slowed down by the hostage, so it doesn't matter that he gets slowed down by the barricade.
No, not at all. And the extra leadership point there as well is going to be interesting because that puts that mortar up to 3. So the amount he cares about suppression is
Cad.
All. Oh, here I am. Yeah, first time I'm saying that. Here I am. Uh-oh. Well, that would be a lot more painful if that mortar could be touched at all.
So Matt draws from the stack. And yep, B2 droids AI.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're going to have to attack Bosk, I assume. It's not a bad shot, especially with Bosk not having many tokens, just a single surge. Oh, first blood. This is good.
So a bunch of dice into Bosk.
Yeah, it should be about 9 dice. Yeah, 9 dice. That's pretty brutal.
Three of each color. We got no modifiers.
Ooh, who needs it with that? Rolling a solid
It'll be
6 and
4 in the
1
end.
surge. Yep.
And just white dice for Bosk.
Oh dear. So Bosk does not surge defense, so he's going to take 4 damage there.
He spends a surge token.
Oh, he's going to
and
surge.
takes
Sorry.
3.
Yeah.
So 3 wounds on Bosk off of the AI attack from the B2s, who are now going to make their way and try and hide behind that tower as best as they can.
Bosk now is enraged as well, so he has no more courage. He does not care about suppression, and he gains charge. He'll also be able to regenerate at the end of his next turn too, so we may see his wounds all disappear.
So he's just made him angry.
That's his secret. He's always angry, but more angry now. So yeah.
And he has 7 wounds too. Jeebus.
Yeah, if Evan can get even just a little bit lucky with regenerating, he's going to be quite happy there. The advantage of having Bosk there as well, even though it may seem bad on initial glance, is that it does force Matt to have to use AI, so he could not double move those B2s away. So it does slow them down just a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's good. And obviously they had to then use their move to try and hug cover rather than making a beeline for the deployment zone. So it's a fairly significant slowdown. But Matt does also have CAD there to help cover. Okay, so where Evan is activating his Death Troopers on his right flank now. They're going to advance.
I see poor Cad Bane shot here.
Yeah, that's probably the play. See if they can do anything to Cad.
He should have heavy cover here, so won't be too bad. But with the grenade launcher, we might see 5 red dice with no cover coming in.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. So Evan just rearranging the Death Troopers there. And we have the other CAD token over here, which I'm guessing is some kind of explosive device.
I would imagine so. Seeing as we predicted that he would not put the bomb, put Cad Bane where he was, I can't trust my own judgment anymore, it seems. Yep, kablamo. Fantastic.
And so it looks like one Death Trooper down.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. No Death Troopers down.
No, do they surge defensively?
Yes, they do.
They do? Okay, so they've got Uber armor. Yes, so the Death Troopers are fine.
Yeah.
Cad was also caught in his own explosion.
Oh, no.
And took a wound.
Cad.
And 2 suppression and is still about to get shot by the Death Troopers. So that's probably not the best explosion for Cad there.
No, he's not loving it, I don't think. Yeah, sort of a bit of a hard counter with the grenade configuration there, being able to pump out using the heavy weapon and the grenade launcher to add blast in. Seems pretty good. So Cad may be in a bit of strife here.
Yeah, he's copping a whole bunch of dice here.
Well, he only has 5 health left with white dice. He does surge defensively though, but oh dear, this is not good. We could see Cad Bane go down in one swoop on turn 1.
So it looks like he's taking 6 and using Danger Sense to make that 8 dice.
So he's going to take 4 and go down to 1 health.
Yeah, Matt just saying taking one from the mine was not the ideal situation.
That's right. Yeah, that's the opposite of ideal, I think.
Okay, Matt's going to activate CAD. Try and rally. He's got 4 suppression on him. Manages to clear 2 of them. And no, CAD's courage 3. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's sitting pretty, but I think Matt will have to activate him pretty soon.
Oh, he's activating him now.
There we go.
The question is, what does he do with him?
I don't know.
I think he's going to try and do damage to Bosk.
Yeah, we'll try to run away. Maybe head up behind those B2s. Oh, no, he's going for the attack.
He is.
Yep. Sacrificing CAD. It's a strong move.
What's the condition on bounty? He has to kill him in melee, right?
No, just kill.
Just kill him?
But then he has to survive himself. So it's not looking great for CAD. Being on 1 health, I think. No.
He's got 3 wounds on him.
3 left, sorry. That's right, because Danger Sensed out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bosk takes 2 and goes to 1 health, I believe, here.
He's taking 5. He's got 2 left.
Yeah. It's tight.
And he got to move again. How does he move again? What's the go there?
So he has a steady shot. So he gets to move Cad Bane and shoot. So a free shot after moving. So he gets to move up, shoot Bosk, and then keep moving.
Oh, cool. That's pretty handy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Also, sharpshooter in there means that he can have some shenanigans going on there, I should say. Don't know if Cad Bane's going to be hidden there, though. We might see those shore troopers be able to get a shot on him.
I think we'll definitely see some shots. But, I mean, heavy cover, danger sense. He could draw a reasonable amount of fire.
Yeah, and it sets him up quite well for next turn as well, being able to pop out. Maybe he plays, I'm your worst nightmare, his 1 pip, and gets his 2 attacks. Really gets to cause some damage. Could be a really good move for Matt.
Evan just checking range there from the sniper, or line of sight from the sniper. Thinking about probably where Bosk is going to end up. But he's drawn from the stack, and he's activating the green shore troopers on his left. And they look like they're going to move.
Yeah, going to try to block off that escape route for the B2s here. Just give a bit of coverage. Not giving Matt a bit of an easy pathway to victory.
Pushing up with a double move, take cover behind that barricade and open up that line of fire. Seems like a pretty good spot to be in. Is that another... Oh yeah, that's the other CAD token that's going to do nothing. That's the blank one. So Matt's already jumped ahead and is now activating his first commando unit, the red-based ones, moving up on top of that crate, as you said.
Perfect.
And do they have a target? Oh. Yep, it looks like we got a shot on Bosk.
Yeah, just peeking out. So he'll have light cover. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. That is brilliant. Poor Bosk, his tail is probably swishing around. Those droids can just shoot the head of it. Yeah, it's not a good time for Bosk at the moment. Ooh, it's big.
Well, that's a blank on defense. So we now have 6 wounds on Bosk.
Might be in the forcing Evan to activate Bosk, I think, now. He really needs to get him out of the way so that last green or blue, unit of BXs don't just kill him. Yeah, I don't think he really should activate anything else. Might see a shot on Cad Bane and then running behind the terrain with Bosk, hoping to regenerate up.
Yep. Yep, they're just discussing whether or not Boss can see Cad. Sounds like Evan's going to go first action attack. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, makes sense. And with the suppressive weapon as well, it starts threatening Cad, his action economy here as well.
Okay, where'd the aim token come from, Rhett?
So that would be Hunter.
Yep.
He's declared the attack on the damaged Cad, which gives him the aim. Wow, Evan rolling 2 natural white dice crits. That's big, strong. And Bosk does surge crit, so that's 3 crits sitting pretty. But he's not going to get any more with the use of the aim, unfortunately.
So 5 white dice thanks to Danger Sense. Blocking.
He's going to take 1 damage. 1, I believe.
What? Oh, his PS1. Yep, so he blocks 1. Takes 2.
Yep. So it goes down to 1 health.
So Cad on 1, Bosk on 1.
Possibly seeing him regenerate after this move.
Yep.
Behind the
He's
building.
going to try and get as far away as he can.
Yeah, get that sweet line blocked.
Yeah, right in the middle of those 2 buildings there, or the corner of the single building. I don't know, is that 1 building or 2?
Who knows? It's whatever we want it to be, I think.
And 3 white dice from Bosk. And
Handy.
he gets rid of 2 of those wounds. Oh boy.
Big. So now he's on 3, which is a bit more manageable for Evan. Bosk's total is 7, chat, and Cad is 6.
Okay, Matt activating the yellow unit of B1 droids. They're just going to push forwards. Looks like, yeah, just a double move there. So they are in position for next turn.
Yeah, Matt will be very conscious of still keeping the order chain going and being right next to those BX droids, so he can toss them on as the last step in that chain as well.
Cool, and that's them done. Evan now activating a troops unit, pulling from the stack.
The mortar, I think. Might see the mortar shooting Cad Bane here.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they're looking at.
The line of sight, I think, is an issue, though. I don't think he can see Cad from where he is. So it might be a case of just shooting the BX droid that he can see. He can see both there, so he might get lucky and kill both.
He's decided to move the shore troopers instead.
Okay.
So I think they also came to the conclusion that the mortar could not see CAD. So the shore troopers are moving up to the barricade now. And second action is going to be a move, I think. Yep, they're going to climb over the barricade. Give Evan as many options as he can possibly have to kill CAD next turn, or target the hostage unit, or both.
Yeah, CAD is public enemy number one here, but I think we're going to see Dooku move up as quickly as he can over the next turn or two, and Cad Bane slip away, swapping those targets out. Should be interesting.
Okay, so Matt's activating the other sniper, who's clambering up or scaling up the building. Obviously, Bosk is no longer a valid target. Shoot a Death Trooper, Matt. No, he's going for the mortar.
Yeah,
so we have
good choice.
2 reds. Two hits. And 1 wound done. Evan's turn. Draws another troop unit. So we've got mortars and shore troopers. Looks like it's going to be the red mortar.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think what I'd do if I was Evan is move the mortar up and then just take his sidearm shot at CAD, just to put another suppression token on there and see if he can stack them as much as he can. Yeah, so here comes the one move.
Looks like that's what he's going for.
I mean, when you play with these people enough, you sort of know their playing patterns. I think so. It's good to know that some people do follow their pattern. Yeah, I was going to say that and then realize that's not very nice. Sorry, future Evan and Matt, when you watch this video. Yeah, so he's going to take that sidearm shot at range 1 to 3, which of course is a single black die. Nothing fancy.
Oh, he's taking a standby.
Oh, okay, even better. I don't know. I like the standby because he is 1 to 3 with Sentinel built in or baked into his ability. But I don't think we're going to see anything happening at 1 to 3 at this stage. Matt's not compelled to move up at all. And if he is, he's going to have a lot of line of sight blocking stuff. So the red line there is where the mortar's Sentinel is, and it's just beyond the barricades near extending from the B2s to the building. I don't think anything's going to move there. I think Evan really misses an opportunity there to stack a 4th suppression on CAD and really threaten his action economy next turn, especially if he activates and then doesn't roll off any suppression. A single action CAD Bane can be quite devastating.
So we just see orange droids advancing. I don't think there's going to be a huge amount more combat in this first turn.
No, I'd be surprised if we see anything else happen here. We may see that shore unit or that Death Trooper unit be able to snipe a little bit on Cad Bane, just because of the way that his base pops out in the silhouette rules. The shore troopers could move up to the edge of the building where the mortar is, the red one, or the Death Troopers, and get maybe a bit of a shot on him.
Matt not quite able to get CAD all the way out of line of sight there. But it looks like we got a double move this turn from the Death Troopers.
Yeah. Evan taking that long game rather than trying to push stuff through and suffer in future.
It is only turn 1, and we did start a long way away from each other with the long march.
Yeah, whose idea was that? Jeez, Matt.
Yeah. Cool. So Evan's still got Krennic and Shaw's to activate.
Yes.
And Matt's got 3 units of B1s with face-up order tokens. And that's pretty much all we have for turn 1.
So what are you expecting to see Evan play for his command card next, Brad?
Ooh. I assume it's not going to be a boss card. It's not going to be Annihilation Looms.
No. I mean, there's an argument for Garrison, potentially.
Yep.
Possibly 1 pip. Yeah, the stack one with activation control. I think the standby one maybe gets left until turn 3. So Evan can stop Dooku or threaten Dooku's advance up. So we might see the 1 pip this turn just to see if Evan can snag a troop off snag initiative, grab a troop token off the top of the stack, and then just come around and murder Cad Bane before he gets an opportunity to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess Evans put himself in a position that if he draws troops or special forces, someone can go around the corner and take care of Cad.
Absolutely. Might even see the Death Troopers trying to engage him in combat just to hold him up a little bit. Probably not, though. Probably just shoot him.
I mean, he's only got 1 wound left, right?
Yeah, but with that danger sense and cover, it's, Cad's pretty well protected. Not invincible by any means, but has a good defense.
Yeah, but I mean, the Death Troopers can negate the cover, and they're only trying to do 1.
They have used their. Oh no, that was the other unit that used their blast. Yeah, you're right. The ones near them can just come around and
ones in the middle.
Yeah, these shores will be able to see. So I think the only one that can't see, funnily enough, is the one right in the corner next to the crates. The rest of these should be able to see. But it does look like Evan's moving up at the moment. Yeah, and like Twitchy 5x5 said in chat as well, the 1 pip gives him uncanny luck. So that means he can re-roll dice, just like Han Solo can. So if he does pop the 1 pip, Matt does, we might see Cat just fleeing and using all the defense to try to survive.
Yeah, we're going to see double move here. No. Or is he just going to try and pick off?
I mean, personally, I'd be shooting into Cad just to see if I can luck out.
Yeah, I think that's what the plan is.
And if Matt's brought 3 Cad cards, which is highly likely at this stage, you're really pushing him into territory that maybe he doesn't want to be in, either standing orders or Dooku's 3 cards. So it makes it quite interesting, especially the BXs there. Well, I think the Shores can see Cad. I don't know if they want to shoot into heavy cover, but with the BXs there, maybe it's just about moving that sniper because he would have to drop down below. It's interesting.
So I think Evan's actually splitting fire here.
Yes.
Yeah, so Evan's splitting fire here into the BX for a suppression, no damage, and the B2s? He can't shoot.
He can't shoot the B2s, but it must be Cad, I think.
It must be.
Nothing into heavy cover.
Yep. So just a suppression.
Yeah, there was on CAD. So 4 suppression on CAD now.
Yep. So we'll need to clear 1 with a rally.
He should clear 1 end of turn. So
yeah, that'll put him on 3.
Yeah. I was just looking. Oh, he does have 3. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we've got the white squad of B1s advancing. And then we've got something from Krennic.
The white droids recovered as well.
Oh, I got the uplink back.
Yep. It's pretty much just their role on this list. Move up and recover, or potentially even attack and recover. Yeah, that's a good point. Twitchy 5x5. I'm in control. Could be good here. CAD can toss all of his suppression back out. It is a 3-pip though, so he does run the risk of having a CAD on 1 health with no suppression, except for what he could get with duck and cover, sitting out by himself.
Krennic has moved up, and the last squad of B1s as well. And we are going to turn 2.
I think so. Interesting turn 1. It's pretty much what you'd expect. A big blob in the middle. Did not expect CAD almost dying and Bosk pretty much almost dying. Sorry, 2-pip. Yeah, you're right. I'm in control. 3 is the one that he's already played, the Divulge one. I make the rules now.
So we have a You Disappoint Me and a Reptilian Rampage.
Interesting. So Dooku's going to be diving in this turn, it seems. Possibly looking to get a lot of shots in on that mortar. And Matt's move here would be to shock the mortar and then make it a speed 2 move towards him after force pulling him as well, which is pretty good for Matt, grabbing that hostage and pulling him across. Dooku's sitting just on the entry behind yellow and orange, or in front of them rather. He's probably a move away from having range 2 to the mortar, and quite possibly range 2 to the Death Troopers too. So quite interesting here. With You Disappoint Me, he gets that free dodge. So jumping out here is not the end of the world for him, especially with his Master of the Force 2 regenerating or untapping his Force reflexes. We do have Count Dooku being able to jump in and basically zap somebody. He'll move in and choke somebody else, push somebody else, reflexes for a dodge, and be able to quite possibly grab somebody into combat, depending on where they are, after shooting with his lightning. Matt has done his flipping of the HQ uplinks to give pretty much his entire force tokens, this turn. So nothing left. Everything spent.
And Bosk is going first. And he's going to target CAD.
Yeah, and his suppressive weapon here is going to be very useful, as is the Pierce that comes along with it. So Matt's going to really have to roll quite well here.
So just the 2 hits from Evans re-rolls.
Oh.
Yep, just the 2. So
So that's quite possibly a dead CAD. He does surge,
No,
but
he
Boss does have
surges.
Pierce.
Pierce 1.
And the dodge token that he just got. Yeah. So he just narrowly survives there. I didn't see the dodge. But quite interesting. Now he doesn't have that dodge either. An okay roll from Bosk here, snagging him 2 crits. He's going to re-roll 2 for 2 saves, I believe. So Matt will be rolling 4 dice here. Needs to get 3. And he gets it!
And he
Whoa.
does.
Wow.
Whoa.
This is big.
Alrighty, so Bosk attempts to kill CAD and fails. Super rough.
White dice coming to the rescue, though. 3 pictures on 4 dice. That's unheard of.
He does have a lot of suppression. Looks
Yeah,
like,
he's not a happy camper.
and he regenerates 1 and is down to only taking 4 wounds.
I'd be surprised to hear if Matt doesn't activate CAD.
Yeah, Matt's 100% activating CAD right now, with 6 suppression on him.
Oh dear. Oh, just not enough, Matt.
So just clears 2.
I mean, if you're Matt here, do you just charge? Do you just move and take a shot at Bosk here? And
Do you
try to
need
kill Bosk?
Do you need to? I mean, I guess he probably dies regardless. Like, I don't think he's got an option where he doesn't die.
No, I think, yeah, CAD popping out, even if he does a slow move on behind the building, he's still got green coming, he's still got the
Yeah.
mortar on top. There's just bad news for CAD.
I mean, he could possibly pop around the building and shoot green and then try and stack on green with a couple other units.
Yeah,
So that
quite possibly.
if green's the only thing that can go after him, he might be able to do enough to slow them down.
That makes sense.
So he's taking
so
the
Matt
move.
using a jump there, I would say, as well, because he has jump 1 into that difficult terrain.
Yep, and I think he's going to take the steady shot into green.
Yep, there'll be heavy cover there as well.
Yeah.
Down to light with sharpshooter. With Pierce, he has a good chance of killing 1, maybe 2. So you're right. Maybe that uncanny luck just keeps holding out. Oh, surging for 3, down to 2. I'm not sure why they're rolling 3 there, because he does have sharpshooter built in.
He's shooting at the mortar.
Oh, I see. Right, the hostage holder. Okay,
Yeah, so no cover.
No. So 2 damage on that mortar.
Yep.
With Pierce. That makes sense. Yeah, smart move there. Hopefully Cat can live. Should be quite interesting.
Oh, Evans drawn Krennic.
Interesting. Yeah, Will, we were just talking about uncanny luck as a bit of a joke there because that 3 blocks is pretty uncanny.
White dice that roll better than red dice.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a good experience with white dice, Brad. You know how bad they are.
I love white dice. It's my favorite thing in the world to just take models off every time you get shot.
Yeah, and when you're playing against clones that have like the infinite aims, it's just fantastic. That's all right. They have their glory days for a little bit, and then they'll get nerfed, undoubtedly. I wonder what Krennic's
Yeah,
doing at
what?
this stage.
I think Evan is deciding if he wants to push forward and shoot at B2s, or whether it's going to be too much exposing Krennic to 47,000 droids.
I think a safe move here is to just binoculars and dodge, to be honest. Yeah, so he's binoculars and then moving up. Give those Death Troopers a little bit of oomph.
Yep. He's just trying to get behind that crate. Yeah, turn him around, make him face the enemy. There we go. Okay, so that was a very exciting activation from Krennic, giving an aim token to the Death Troopers. Matt is activating the hostage-carrying B2 squad. They're going to shoot the Death Troopers first. With a whole bucket of dice. 6 hits.
Oof.
Goes down to 4. But red dice with surges from the Death Troopers.
Oh. 1 going down, 2 going down.
Drops 2. Solid.
Big.
And then they're going to move in towards the rest of their army direction. Solid. And hug the barricades.
It's going to be very hard to put damage into those B2s now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's the B2's done. Evan draws from the stack. And he's going to activate that mortar. Rally step. For a blank.
Whoop, that mortar is spinning.
No, that line just wants to stay there.
Yeah, that's odd.
Okay, so the mortar's pulling back.
Did it end up rallying? Oh, it did, yeah.
Well, it tried to rally and failed, but it's courage lots, so it doesn't matter.
Another option there for Evan could have been to compel the mortar. I think he can do that. Let's have a look. Yeah, so a good move there because he has courage 3 with the hostage. Could have been to compel the mortar to move and then double move with it. So it would have ended up with 2 suppression, but it would have also been 1 move away
from deployment zone.
So I'm not sure if that was an active choice or just missed with that opportunity. Maybe forgetting the extra courage value, but that does change a lot, particularly when you're running Krennic.
Okay, so that aqua-colored sniper here from Matt is targeting the mortar.
Oh.
And rolling blanks.
On red dice. Awful.
Oh, there's 2 hits though.
Yep. No pierce though, because Matt did use those aims. Or that aim. But we do see 1 dying. 1 damage, sorry.
1 wound. They have 3, yeah? So it has 1 left?
Yep, 1 left. So we might see that other BX unit just coming in and because it can see that mortar, taking a shot at it and killing it next turn or next activation.
I think that sniper though also has a shot on the hostage carrying mortar.
Oh yeah, that could be interesting. With it
So
only having 1 health left.
I think that's a better option for that red sniper.
I think the best move there as well that I think Evan missed was moving that objective token on the hostage token on the mortar to actually being touching Krennic as well, because it allows when the mortar places, he can move the objective token to wherever he wants. So if you moved it just behind the mortar, so it was touching Krennic, it would actually allow, if that mortar died, Krennic to grab it next turn as a just an action rather than being have to move and then claim. He could just claim and then run away.
Yep.
And have a bit of a choice. So yeah, it's a bit of a not something you think about all the time, but I think with hostage situation, with this particular mission card, the hostage exchange, you always want to put it down so it's almost touching something else or touching something else, or in a position for future turns.
One of the rare scenarios where you really need to keep track of exactly where the token is as opposed to what unit has the token.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. So Death Troopers, first action here. Into the B2s. Looks like that's grenade launcher.
Yes, and the heavy weapon coming in.
For 4. So 1 B2 goes down between armor and them having 2 wounds each.
And 1 more damage as well. So before, when I said that B2s are very hard to damage and kill, that was obviously a complete lie.
Yeah, well, I mean, Death Trooper grenades will kill most things.
That's true.
And we got a dodge there as well from the Death Troopers, but Matt is now activating. We've got.
I think what Matt is wanting to do here is save Dooku for last, so he has the activation advantage over Evan. Pull him out and then play his 1 pip next turn to get that sweet last first. Problem is Krennic and Dooku both have cunning, so it would be a roll if Evan decides to drop his 1 pip as well.
Okay, so orange B1s are advancing up here. And I think we'll probably see a few more dice into those Death Troopers, maybe?
Absolutely. Possibly into the mortar, depending on how risky Matt wants to take it, because most of them, bar 2, with this one going down, can see the mortar. Would be in heavy cover, but could be worth it.
Yep, he is going for the mortar.
Yep. I think the other mortar was probably... Oh, it's a tough choice. It's heavy cover into both, so... It's a lot of dice, though.
Yep, just 9 dice, whatever.
Yeah.
2 crits will go through. And we got red dice for the mortar with 1 wound left. And he rolls pitches. Oh, they're surges, though. That'll kill it.
Yep.
The wrong kind of pitches.
That's right. Need to be slightly thicker circles or triangles.
Okay, so that's 1 activation off the board now in Matt's favor. What are you doing, Matt? Evan? Trying to get rid of the tokens. Yep.
So I think we see troops activate now, possibly the greens, and come around and try to execute Cad Bane.
Yeah, I mean, he can do that at any point in time. There's no rush on that. Like, nothing else is going to happen on that flank.
That's true. Yeah, but it does give him wiggle room to leave the rest of the troops with not a lot to do, so they can react if Matt pushes up too hard.
Well, we've drawn Death Troopers.
Well, that makes that choice easier.
It does. So I assume they're going to advance and shoot something. Maybe the B2s again.
Then it makes sense. Force them to drop it, and then really the only units you want to pick it up at that point are the B1s. So it'd be interesting. Matt just cleaning up his tokens a little bit.
Trying to get rid of that red CAD line, and I think he succeeded now.
Oh, he did too.
Tokens doing weird things. Okay, so Evan just checking where he wants to move. He's just out of range of the B2s at the moment. Looks like they're going to try and advance up behind that barricade.
Yep. Yeah, it would make sense for Bosk to try to get the kill on CAD, because that bounty point may be the difference between winning and losing here.
Yes, very true. And now that Bosk has regenerated, all the way away from almost being dead, he's not afraid to get in. Okay, so we got a bucket of dice from the Death Troopers into the B2s.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Those Death Troopers do surge as well, so cover's going to bring it down to 4. Oh, he's going to lose 2 figures. Just the leader left.
That is 3. What about armor? Doesn't he have armor? Or did we already take that one away?
I think it already went.
Okay, cool. So
sure. Yeah, 3 came off. So there's 3 dice here sitting on the edge of the table. 2 for heavy cover and 1 for armor.
Okay, good shooting from the Death Troopers.
I think the B1s really need to get engaged now. They're not doing a lot sitting behind. And while they are, the B2s are just getting torn apart. So I would like to see a move up here and another shot into those Death Troopers at the front.
Impact 1 from the Death Troopers.
Yeah, it's not going to do much in this game.
That doesn't help. Yeah, I think Matt's obviously going to have a lot of figures pushing up, ready for next turn. And he's already taken 1 activation away from Evan.
Oh, we might even see these yellows shoot the hostage holder as well at the moment.
The mortar
That's always
there.
an option. Yeah. Though the way he's positioning it now tells me he probably wants to shoot the deaths. No. Quite possibly just leaving it for the BX droids. Let the B1s handle something else.
He's going to go for the shores in the end. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have the usual 6 white, 3 black coming in. No mods though, and into heavy cover.
Oh,
yeesh. That's not
garbage. Great. That puts a suppression on them, but nothing else.
Matt's got to be disappointed with that. Though to be fair, when it comes to dice, Matt has had his fair share of luck so far, so not the worst.
Yeah, so we've got a troops activation from Evan now. So I think Evan is trying to work out what he wants to do here. He's got 3 different squads of shores to activate. Looks like we're going to take thinking away from the equation and have the green squad come out. No, he's changed his mind.
Yeah, he's clearly just messing with us as commentators.
Well, I think he really wants to kill CAD with Bosk.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move. I think the blues here just basically fire into the B2 and really try to force a B1 unit to commit to it.
So we don't clear the suppression. I mean, it is only turn 2, so Boss does have a couple of turns to kill CAD. But, I mean, how much damage can CAD do if he gets to live for an extra couple of turns.
Yeah, especially with those electro gauntlets, he can just jump into something and start ripping shore troopers, suppressing them, immobilizing them. There's a lot of stuff he could do.
Okay, so we've got the shores staying still, targeting the last B2.
Yeah, Death Rain, I think Bosk can just move on top of the building and still have the side of CAD because his silhouette probably goes up just enough for him to get it a good shot. It'll be heavy cover, but he can get it. So from the shores, we've only got 2 so far, with 3 surges sitting in there. 4 surges, one being cocked. So 1 hit and 4 surges. Not great shooting from the shore troopers.
So yeah, just a critical from critical 1.
And it's going to take a damage.
Yep.
1 health B2 unit.
And a suppression. That's the shores done. Matt gets a turn now.
I think the BXs have to go now, maybe. Oh no, he went with the blues. I guess save those BXs for the end. We know what they're going to do.
Yeah, well, we think we know what they're going to do.
Yeah, what we would do.
Okay, so yeah, here come the B1s to try and pick on that green squad a little bit. Try and protect CAD. Okay, so Matt just reshuffling there because the shores are going to be in cover wherever he's standing, so he might as well gain as much cover as he can for the return shooting. And we'll have the shots now into the shores. It's a lazy 9 dice.
Oh,
3 crits.
3 white crits at that. Jeez.
Heavy cover takes out the 2 hits. Red defense dice from the shores just gets 1.
Those reds can't hold up forever.
Yeah, they can. Of course they can.
Well, that was a pretty good turn for the B1s there. Keeps that chain nice and fluid as well. So a good position to be in for Matt, I think. So it looks like Evan's pulled a core as well. So
yep.
Tough
He's got
choices
the red
now.
or the green. He's going with the red. I don't think anyone else on Matt's side can put shots into the green squad, so they might as well just go last.
Mm.
Matt's got 2 squads of B1s up the back that haven't activated yet, and Dooku and the second sniper team.
I think Evan has to be careful here that he doesn't go too far past that crater in front of the Death Troopers, because he does have Dooku with his 3-pip waiting in the wings.
Yep.
And the lightning being 1 to 2 and being able to move them could spell doom for that shore if they move up too quickly or too far.
They're just going to hug the crater with a speed 1 move. And you reckon they'll try and finish off the B2s?
I think so. I don't see any reason not to.
Yep, that's what we've got.
So we'll have armor and cover 2, so Evan's going to want to punch in at least 4 to have a look in.
Oh, we've got 3 crits.
Wow.
That's probably more than Matt can survive.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the B2. 4 saves.
4 saves. No.
Ooh. So that hostage dropping to the ground there. So we may see orange. No, they've activated. Green running up and trying to eyeball that hostage.
So
Interesting.
Evan just has the green shore troopers left. So Matt's going to go ahead and move the green B1s up. Speed 1 through the crater.
Excellent. I was just about to say that and jump into the chat with them, or message them. Glad they picked that up. And he'll still be in that terrain after as well. So slow B1s.
And they've recovered to get that HQ uplink back.
Perfect. I think we'll see the white B1s doing the same thing, moving up and recovering.
Okay, so shore troopers.
Yeah, not rallying there, keeping that suppression, but it's really not the end of the world there. They will lose at end of turn anyway.
And we're going to shoot Cad Bane.
Maybe. Possibly. Yes.
Yep.
Campaign.
Can we get him?
Giving up hopes on that bounty. Just wants him to die now.
He probably can't afford to not kill him this turn. Otherwise, that green squad might be there. But that's only one.
One save
and
with
danger
2
sense.
saves. Oh, it's not great.
Oh, so close.
Bad Kane.
Okay, unfortunate for Matt there. Cad almost got away with it. He almost got away with it.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt will have a lot to talk about after this game on reflection around Cad Bane and his play there. Interesting that he'd drop him right in the middle of the map, right where he knows that the action's going to take place. I'd like to hear his reasoning around that. So those BXs are going to shoot Bosk now. Interesting choice. Surprised they're not going for that mortar.
I'm surprised that they're not just picking off that mortar.
Quite possibly because Dooku can pop out and do some havoc, whereas getting pierces under Bosk can be pretty valuable. Especially if Dooku is in a position where he can 2 and then 2 next turn move, choke the mortar, and push a bunch of people and zap them.
Yep. So very simple activation from the white B1s with a move and a recover, I'm sure.
Shocking
And
everyone at home, I'm sure.
We'll just leave Dooku as the last activation of this turn, and if Matt gets his way, the first activation of next turn.
Single B1 just hanging out. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if who wins priority with the command cards. Interesting. Only going up a little bit.
He didn't leave himself enough space. He can't make it.
Just out of being able to shock there. So he's probably going to move up just behind that barrier. Yep. He doesn't need to change it because, oh yeah, he can jump over that one.
He's going to jump it.
Yeah, I think Death Rain that he definitely has the Dooku 1 pip in there. He'd have Dooku and Cad, I'd say.
Okay, and that is the end of turn 2. We move on to turn 3.
With Dooku joining the fight now, I think this is going to be a big turn. If he manages to put enough hurt in to disrupt Evan, that'd be great, but there's every chance that Dooku just rocks up and gets shot a bunch and doesn't do anything of value. But I do think we'll see 2 1-pips here. Or actually, no, 1-pip from Dooku and the 2-pip from Evan to get some standby shots in. Curious though. That green squad sort of has a really good path here on the flank to come around and start threatening those B1 bodies.
Yep.
Just curious.
Okay, so Matt, very quick.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it wasn't the 1-pip from Dooku, the way that he slammed that down as much as he can on TTS.
Yeah. I've already put Dooku's 1-pip and Deploy the Garrison down as this turn's
Ooh,
cards.
Strong.
We'll
Good choice.
see if I'm right or not in a minute.
But you just watch Evan put the standing orders down just to mess with us.
Yeah, like, what? All right. Come on, Evan. What do you got?
It could be the 1-pip from Evan, but I don't know. The 2-pip just seems much better. The 1-pip gives you control, but you really need a reaction at this point for Dooku. Or against Dooku. So
Okay.
coordinated. Double.
So
Okay. He was picking
So everybody's picked different cards.
Yeah. That's interesting. Possibly double for if the standby Deploy the Garrison came out, that he could just send them back. Interesting. But a whole lot of aims coming in, but Dooku will get to move first. Which he would have if Deploy the Garrison came down anyway. I guess Deploy the Garrison isn't the best there because Dooku can just shoot lightning into one of the ones with standby. It makes it less impactful. So we see Matt doing his chain again.
Yep, 47,000 order cards out there. So Matt did get initiative there in the end.
Yes.
Everybody.
Will's saying the order cards are still up on the screen.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Can we just ban Will? Is that an option? We just kick him and just ban him from the chat? I always advocate that, so, you know.
That's all right. They're gone now.
Are you happy, Will? Are you happy? That's it. If you give me 5 minutes, I can run over to his house, cut his wireless internet off, and come back. Still be back before this turn has started.
Okay, so are we...
Seems like he's ordering his 3 shores, shore border, and giving entourage to the light blue death troopers.
Yep. And then he's putting out 1 billion tokens. And then we will see what Matt's going to do here. Matt is not going to throw any order tokens back. No, Matt is going to do it. Because Matt's going first and everything has an order token anyway, so Dooku can still go first.
Yeah, so he just chucks the shores back in and the death troopers. He can't reach anybody else, though.
Okay, so he's getting rid of the red Shore Trooper token.
And the Death Trooper
and
as
the
well.
Death Troopers behind them.
It's a solid play.
Now Dooku goes first. And I think this will be a fairly bloody turn 3. Here comes Dooku. Oh, he's going all the way up.
Yeah, he's gonna do his push and choke shenanigans there. So he's going to engage one, choke the mortar, and then pull the other shores into combat, possibly.
Or pull Bosk into the open.
Yeah, either or. I don't think he's at range 1 of Bosk where he is now, though.
Yeah, probably not. He's going to push Krennic.
Fair enough. Maybe pull him into combat.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. It means, if he wants to punch, he's going to have to either fall back and not do an aim with his binoculars, or he's going to have to make some tough choices.
All right.
A big turn.
Aggressive play from Dooku here.
Unfortunately, he doesn't get to attack, but he does have a dodge, and now he just can't have one squad leave him and be shot by everything else.
Yeah, and Evan lost an activation there and had 2 tied up, so Matt's all over him here.
Big.
What's the victory condition again, though? You've got to get your hostage to your deployment zone?
Yep, so you get a victory point for each objective token that's claimed by a unit that you control, and then you get an extra one for each one that's inside your deployment zone and claimed by a unit you control. So if it's claimed outside the zone, you get 1. If it's inside the zone, that's 2.
Okay.
Yep.
So at the moment, nobody has got any victory points on the table.
Nope.
Because both hostages are loose.
Yep, it would be points at the moment if that clock was to magically jump an hour and 18 ahead. Of which I think Matt probably has it at this stage. Only losing B2s.
And CAD.
Oh, and CAD, that's right. Yeah, maybe it's Evan's swinging towards Evan at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, Evan's only lost the 2 mortars, right? Which is not very many points.
No.
Okay, so we've got the red Shore Troopers starting Evan's turn. Man, there's just a wall of B1s over there now.
It's what they do best. Just being able to stop anyone coming through. And if you want to kill them, you often only kill 5 of the 6 or 6 of the 7. It's rare that you kill every single droid at once. Especially when you throw in heavy cover and the like.
Yeah.
Quite frustrating.
Also, killing 2 or 3 of them doesn't really do much to reduce their firepower back at you because you're just taking away a couple of white dice.
Yeah, it's very hard to get those triple blacks out of the way. I guess the benefit that Evan has is that only 3 of Matt's has the triple black upgrade heavy weapons. So if you can get rid of those squads, the rest are only throwing 6 whites, which realistically won't do a lot.
So we have the Shores into the orange squad of droids, and Evan has rolled a bunch of surges, but only 1 hit.
He does have an aim and a surge. We might end up seeing 2 save rolls.
2 aims.
2 aims, okay. Oh yeah, I see one hiding.
Yep.
Okay, that's a lot better for Evan. So it'll be 3 saves.
And 3 dead droids.
Sounds like white dice coming back.
Whoa!
That's
add 47,000 suppression. Too many, too many.
Droids still don't care. Okay, so orange is weakened a bit there, which is pretty good for Evan.
But I mean, that's one of Evan's very few remaining activations this turn. Gone. And Matt's still got so many options.
Yeah, Dooku being able to get out so quickly is pretty big. Because he can just claim that objective token and then sort of just sit on it and dodge and push things away and basically just ensure that Evan can't pick it up again if he can't kill Dooku.
Okay. So we've got orange activating. Matt thinking about what he wants to do. Shoot Bosk is probably what he wants to do. Is it going to do enough? Probably not.
Seems like a really poor choice.
I don't know if he can throw a bunch of shots into Bosk. He's only got 2 wounds left. He might get lucky.
Yeah, that's fair. I think orange here really just needs to pick up that objective token. Maybe yellow, I'm not sure.
We're going to return fire on the red shore troopers with not very many dice.
It's getting smaller and smaller.
I think Evan just stepped away from the table for a second to do something. And Matt will wait on rolling the dice until that happens. I'll just take a second, fix up this card. I've lost my mouse. There it is.
While waiting, I'll say to anyone who wants to learn TTS for Legion, jump into the Capital Cartel Facebook group and we'll try to get you games. You can learn how to play TTS or you can learn how to play Legion on TTS. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Solid. All right.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of hits there. And a crit into light cover. So 2 saves for the shores. And they save both of them. Red dice, eh?
Yep. Continue to be consistent. Continue to be frustrating. But I can see those BXs are eyeing off those red saves, salivating that they have their face-up tokens and can access those aims.
Okay, Death Troopers.
What do we think here? What would you shoot, Brad?
Well, I mean, realistically, I'd shoot probably the orange squad to try and finish them off, but it's also a case of, well, orange has already actually activated this turn, so that can something that can wait for next turn. But I mean, really, it's B1s, 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 or B1s.
Yeah, I think maybe you should blue here, because green and Death Troopers should be able to kill all the blues. And if you can take an activation out, then you're setting yourself up well for playing games with the hostage pickup later on.
And there's only light cover there.
Yeah, I think so, because they're touching this barricade.
Yeah.
So you probably end up with 3 or 4 battle droids dying from the blue shot. It does look like he's eyeing off the orange, though.
He is considering orange. Looks like.
You could also run these Death Troopers engaged with Dooku back away, give the rest of them shots on Dooku, but I think, I don't know.
Well, only if you get Krennic out of the way as well.
Yeah, and he still has 3 tokens in his stack, so there's not a good chance that he pulls Krennic.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt really burnt Evan's activations this turn. So, Death Troopers. Looks like he is going orange. No. We're going to go move. So Evans is trying to position his Death Troopers now to keep some of them behind the barricade for heavy cover. No, I think he's changed his mind now. No? Okay, yep. So we're keeping a couple behind the wall and the rest in the crater.
Yeah, well, I think changing to reconfig to long range is good to kill a single sniper, but I think he really needs to take bodies off the board at the moment.
Matt just has, so many B1s in that middle there. And we're going for the wounded orange squad. They've got 4 left. And 1 aim token on Evan's side.
With yellow probably picking up that hostage next turn, you'd think he may want to thin out multiple squads. So when they pick it up, it's easier to move them from whatever they are to 0 rather than having an entire whole 7-person squad pick it up.
So it looks like 7 hits or something. Do they surge?
The deaths?
No, it's
yes.
only 5.
None saved, so they're all dead. That's an activation parity move there.
So Matt's still all over activations this turn.
Yeah, he currently still has 1 over Evan. They've both lost 2 activations.
Okay, so we got blue. Into green. With an aim. I'll re-roll the 2 black dice. That adds a crit. So 2 saves Evan has to make here. And he does.
These greens just don't want to have anything to do with those blues.
Okay, Evan now has anything left in the bag? The Krennic and
3. So
3,
Krennic,
so
deaths,
and Bosk.
and Bosk hiding out there. With the amount of aims generated, we might see a lot of B1s start to go down over the next few activations as well. So he's activating blue here, hiding behind these crates. So we probably see a shot into the yellow squadron here. Or squad. I don't think so, Mudbutt. It could be good, but it probably ends with Bosk dead next turn as well. Whereas
Evan's still down activations with the Death Troopers and Krennic all still in there.
Yeah.
And Matt will just be able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, it looks like he's charging in at the moment. We're going into combat. Yeah, so he's going to move in and try to punch Dooku.
All right. So I guess Evan's just going to throw as many dice as he can at Dooku this turn and see if he can clear him out. All right, so 5 black dice yields 2 hits.
Does he spend a dodge, do you think? Ooh, 3.
So re-rolls it into 3.
Yeah, so he's spending a dodge.
And Dooku is fine, except that he's lost his dodge token.
Means Krennic can punch with his mighty single black die.
Yeah.
And at least the Death Troopers have reds, so that's something.
Yeah, I think the problem there for Evan, though, is that ties up so many of his units. Like, he can't go and pick up that hostage, while Matt's got heaps of units that are free to pressure that.
Yeah, so maybe we see the green unit moving down towards the hostage, picking it up and trying to, take it down the back of the board.
Sneak it in. So the BX sniper there just did a 6th wound to Bosk, leaving him on 1.
I think you go to the stack now, Evan.
Evan goes to the stack, draws Death Troopers that are just going to punch Dooku.
Aim and punch.
What do you got? 3 of them left, so 3 reds.
Yeah, who needs aims?
Who needs... Yeah, well, I mean, when you're rolling red dice, you really don't.
No. Oh.
And Dooku just soaks it up.
He's in his element. He's dodging all these fists, causing chaos.
Okay, so we've got the other sniper now. I assume is going to go at Bosk.
Yep, he's got range on him. This could be end for Bosk.
That'd be really good for Matt here if he can finish Bosk. So, oh, yep, he's got him.
Yep, that's it.
So
with that Pierce.
2 hits, spend a aim.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, so we might see yellow taking that hostage and green taking the hostage. But yeah, it's not looking good with Dooku untouched in the middle of everything.
Yeah, Matt's really free now to focus on the hostage with as many B1s as it takes. And the snipers can start pinging away at the Death Trooper or Shore Trooper squads. And Dooku's, just going to hold up that middle and, I assume, cut things to shreds with a lightsaber.
And if he can't, he'll just push them away, choke them one by one, and then start attacking wherever he pleases, really. It does not seem good for Imperials.
Green is pushing towards the hostage.
Should be just before the crater with difficult terrain.
Yeah, they have to stop. That's what he's
he
doing.
Won't pick it up. He won't even be able to touch it.
Rough.
Yeah, it's going to be just out.
It's turn 4 to move and pick it up.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. He'll just be able to get it into the deployment zone, but again, with Dooku being so close.
I mean, it takes Green Squad out of the rest of the game, and I mean, for all intents and purposes at the moment, it looks like Krennic, Blue Squad, and those Death Troopers are out of this game too.
But who knows? If they punch Dooku next turn and he blanks on everything, it could swing it yet again. Highly unlikely, but it could happen.
I think that was a recover there from White Squad for Matt.
So Krennic's bailing out of that situation. Yep. Oh, he will be the one to pick it up. Clever. Very good, Evan.
Yeah, it buys him a little bit more time. Okay, so Yellow Squad activating from Matt. Taking an aim. And attacking Death Troopers in light cover.
Short Troopers.
No, it should be heavy cover because he's shooting through that barricades.
Yep, and into the Short Troopers. Mostly because they don't surge, so a bit of a better shot there, I think. We've got 6 connecting so far before cover. It'll be 4 saves.
Yep, so 4 saves Evan's got to make on Red Squad. And spends a surge token and nobody dies.
Yeah, for all the advantages Matt has, those Imperial armor units just don't want to die.
So green advancing. I think Matt's pretty much out of activations. Evan is out of activations.
Yep, so with an hour to go, we're moving on to turn 4, is that right?
Yep, that is correct. So if you're Evan here, how do you hope to win this game?
Oh, it's tough. I think I try to kill as many valuable units as possible while keeping Dooku tied up. Have Krennic run the objective back, and basically just try to force Matt to not be able to claim that hostage by killing B1s. I don't think holding Dooku up is possible though, really. So it'll be interesting. Especially with that Pierce 2 lightsaber coming in. And really, Dooku just needs to basically stand there and just keep pulling and pushing and killing. And the onus is really on Evan at this stage to pull the win out. Yeah, so we see Fear, Surprise, Intimidation, the one pip from Dooku.
Yep.
He's going to have all of the things. And then we get Deploy the Garrison. So I think Evan's really playing into that kill B1s. He probably drops standbys on the red shore troopers and the green or the teal death troopers here, I'd say.
Yep.
And then just tries to take as many shots into different B1s. Gives them a bit of points. And then potentially his win con is to just not have that hostage picked up at any stage. Or at the very least, if Matt picks it up, that it's far enough away from that deployment zone that he can't pick it up. Can't get it there. So that's the out I'd be playing to if I was Evan here. And I think if you're Evan, you also want to shoot the yellow squad and the blue squad first.
Yep.
Put them down to about 4 or 5 bodies. Might be able to get that hostage delayed.
So
in fact, even if... Pardon me, sorry.
I was just going to say, so Matt looks like he's got order tokens on everybody again.
He does. That's the beauty of this list. They can just stack them up.
Evan is putting his down.
I think Evan actually, as long as he doesn't get board wiped and Krennic doesn't die, is actually in more of a decent position than we think.
Than it looks.
I think, yeah, just because the objective underneath the white, if the white picks it up and moves, that's turn 4. 2-1 moves is turn 5. I'm not even sure that they can get it into the deployment zone by turn 6.
Oh, interesting.
Because it'll be very tight. And if Evan can make the carrier that carries it drop it even just once, I'm pretty sure he'll win if he can keep Krennic alive.
Okay, so it looks like Matt's winning, but we actually think that Evan is winning.
Possibly. It could be, though, that Dooku off his 1 pip this turn just kills everything around him and then engages another 2 units. And then that's pretty much game. If he can pull in Krennic, say, before he gets the objective, he could push him off it. Does look like snipers are shooting into something with 2 crits.
Yep.
Can't see what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's shooting. Whatever it is, he's killed 2 of them. 2 death troopers.
Oh. Yeah, it's not great. So just talking about what the BX could actually see and whether the ones that Evan took off were actually in line of sight here.
It was just checking for standby there as well, which they should have done on the aim action rather than the shoot action.
Yes.
All right, so good activation there from Matt, picking off 2 death troopers.
So if I was Evan here, maybe activating the going to the stack for Krennic, possibly. Oh no, he's going something face up.
Yeah, he's gone these teal-coloured death troopers.
Yes.
They failed to remove suppression.
Did they end up taking one off for disciplined? Or is it just suppression they got just then?
I think it was the suppression they just got then, and it looks like we're going to throw grenades into the white squad. So what do we got? Six droids there. 5 dice. That looks like 4 hits. We have an aim, so I guess we might as well re-roll the white dice. 5 hits.
Hey.
5 white dice from the 6 droids.
Ooh, if only air surges.
4 dead droids. That puts them well within range for the shore troopers to finish them off.
Yeah, only problem for Evan is no matter what he shoots and brings down, there's always going to be another B1 droid unit ready to take the objective.
Yeah. But I mean,
yeah.
As you said before, he only really needs to buy 1 turn.
With the standby, we might see enough firepower to be able to buy that turn too.
Okay, so we got Dooku activating. Now, does this trigger standbys?
Yeah.
So Dooku's first action will be attack.
Yes, and he's got Arsenal 2 now, so we'll be able to shoot his lightning and swing his sword, or lightsaber, I should say. Oh, what kind of a Star Wars nerd am I? Jeez.
His laser sword.
He's gonna stand and face me with a laser sword.
So he's just hacked the shore troopers with the lightsaber. And it looks like he's killed 3. No, 4.
Yep. 4, jeez, big.
Yeah.
He can now choke that last one.
We got lightning.
Looks like he already did. Yeah.
Lightning into Death Troopers, I think.
Ooh. It's got Pierce 1.
He's lightning the green guys.
Yes, because they're versatile weapons, so he can shock them. And then he'll be able to scatter them as well, out where the B1s can shoot them.
Yep, and away from the objective.
Oh, I mean, that won't really matter because the leader can only claim it and he can't move the leader.
Oh, yep. So that was just Dooku's first action.
So standby could have triggered off that. I don't know if Evan's picked up on that.
I think Evan has. I think he's going to target the white squad with the shore troopers. There's only 2 of those guys left.
Yeah, good move here for Evan. Ooh, not great.
That's only 2 there.
Rerolls. Oh, he's got to aim. Oh, that's not great.
So are the white dice going to let Matt down right here? Yes, they are. That's 1 fewer B1 squads that Evan has to worry about. But Dooku's not done yet.
No, Dooku's still got push reflexes as well as a final action. So could see a push. Well, I would push Krennic away from the objective because he is touching it now.
Yep.
So a push away would mean that he has to basically go back to where he is now and claim, delaying him just another turn. Alternatively, he could push red unit of shore troopers forward and closer to the BXs, or the B1s, sorry, and the BXs. Yeah, he's going to push Krennic. Yeah, good move, I think, here. You got to play the objective. I think I played one game where I lost pretty much everything, but I had 2 squads left that managed to
Win the
fix
game
moisture evaporators. Yeah, and I was down like 400 points and still won.
man.
Yeah, he's got to play to those objectives. Doesn't matter if you have one guy left or you guys left, as long as you've got those objectives in this game.
Okay,
Which
we
is
are pushing
partly why I
Krennic.
like it. Yep. Oh, into combat.
Back into combat.
Brutal. So he won't be able to pick up this turn, but he will be able to go back to where he was with withdraw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think, with push, getting that objective out is going to be interesting, if not impossible. Yeah, may need to. I don't know what 1 pips or 2 pips Evan has, but if that green this turn can pick it up and then go early next turn, it'll push him just outside of Dooku's push
range. All right.
Because he can. Oh no, that won't even work. Because what he can do next turn is. Oh no, that's right. So he could choke the shore and then push something away, but he's still in combat with 1. Yeah, curious. I actually think maybe pulling Krennic wasn't the best idea there into combat, because next turn, if he wasn't in there, he could choke the shore, push the deaths, and then double move and engage whoever picked up the objective. Whereas now he's guaranteed that Dooku's not going to move. That green team is not super unhappy having Dooku held up by 3 units.
Yeah.
So these are the shores shooting into the yellow B1s?
Yeah, that's what he's thinking. Yep, he's gone to the dice. It's only 2 getting through so far. But we do have an aim. Reroll 2 blacks. That makes it 3.
Oh, that's not great. It's not even half the squad.
Nope, 3 more.
I do think Matt's forgotten the suppression part of his 1 pip when he attacked green. Because they only have 1. They should have 3. No, they should have 3. I might just message them.
Yeah, send him a message. Okay, so Matt is activating the slightly depleted yellow B1 droids here, rolling to remove suppression, and does not. Gonna move up to the barricade, and that is it.
Yep, so just fixing it now. Green should have 3. Yep. Which is big for Matt, because now it means the green can't just effortlessly grab that objective.
Cool. No, just 3. I don't know why it's 4. Okay, why did... Oh, right. Yellow has picked up the objective.
Yeah.
The 4-man B1 squad has picked up the objective, but Evan's right flank has already shot. Yeah, so Matt just straight up forgot to do suppression at all when he shot at the green squad. So they should, in fact, have 4 suppression.
Right. Okay, cool.
So Evan is going to activate green. No, he's going to draw from the bag. He changed his mind. So that's the Death Troopers that are fighting Dooku. I think... Okay, so Death Troopers punching Dooku. And missing. Spends a dodge. Saves.
Oh, that Dooku.
Dooku still untouched. Okay, so sniper team activating from Matt. Yeah, into green squad. Over here. 2 reds.
Yeah, only really seeing a few of them.
So he's going to re-roll that. So 2 hits, so which will turn into 1, but no aim token to pierce. But it does put a 5th suppression on them.
Yeah, if they happen to grab that hostage, it will make them courage 2, which would be a huge boon for Evan.
So both players struggling with the objective at the moment.
Yeah, we were talking about how deep it would go in deployment, but we didn't even talk about what happens if they don't get picked up. So this is the single shore trooper in blue.
Yep.
Punching Dooku.
Punching Dooku for nothing. Okay, so blue B1s are going to target the Death Troopers. Rolling a handful of dice. That's at least 4.
Six, in fact, down to 4, and then is that an aim? It is.
Yeah, there's
2.
an aim.
Ooh.
There's another one. Is it? No, that's a surge.
Just
So
a
4
surge.
saves on 3 Death Troopers with red dice. Oh!
Oh no.
Ouch. That's 2.
Yeah, not great. There could be fodder that he may want to offer up into charging Dooku next turn. Just to hold Dooku a little bit.
Okay, so Evan just has Krennic.
I think Evan's tossing up between whether he withdraws back. He's also got green squad ready to go as well.
Yep, the Krennic command token disappeared and has reappeared.
Good.
So Matt's just seen the barricade on top of this house back here, and it's just asked Evan, "Did you put it there?" And Evan's like, "I don't think I did." It's like, okay. Oh, now it's gone.
So I guess nobody put the one at the top either. Huh. How strange.
All right.
Weird.
Weird. All right. Apparently that one on top of the tower is intentional.
Okay, fair.
All right. What is Krennic doing? He's running away again.
Don't do it, Matt. Evan. Whoever you are. Yeah, I guess if Evan's got the 1 pip next turn, he can cunning it to no, Evan, you can't cheat. Don't do that. You're in combat. What?
Okay, so Evan is just saying that last turn when he withdrew Krennic, he only went speed 1 because he thought that's what you could do on withdrawals. So he actually could have been further away.
I will double check. I always thought withdrawal was
normal speed.
Okay,
I thought it was normal speed.
Normal speed, but takes 2 actions. Is that what you thought?
So Green's moving up to the barricade here. And then they're going to probably try and kill that last Death Trooper. Take away the activation. Or did they just rejig there? Yep, okay, so Green has just on the move. And we've had a rally from Green Squad on Evan's side. And they're moving, but not going for the objective. They're leaving that for Krennic. So that's them done.
So you may want to tell them it's speed 1 on withdrawal. So it is definitely speed 1.
It is definitely speed 1?
Yeah, I've got the rule book in front of me here. I was just looking through it and double checking. So Krennic will have to go back.
Yep, which he's done now.
Yep. So it does say as one of the dot points, to withdraw a unit must use its entire activation and spend all of its available actions to perform a single 1 speed move or speed 1 move. It cannot perform any other actions, including free actions, and can't use anything, basically. So yeah, Krennic has to go back next to that objective token.
We've done that, and we've progressed to turn 5, and we've got a ambition and a push this turn.
Yeah, so this is good for Evan. Will. It's not normal speed; it's speed 1. So I'll just chalk any losses that I had against you, which were none, I think, to none again. So this makes sense for Evan because now what we can do is pick up that objective with Krennic and basically make a break for it, forcing Dooku to have to choke, push, and then move to chase after him.
I think Matt's dishing out order tokens to everybody again. No, the red sniper team has a token in the bag.
Actually, I'd like to change what I think Evan should do here. I think it's almost worth his time to jump that single Death Trooper across into combat with Dooku before he does Krennic. But he's not.
No, he's claimed the objective.
Yeah. Simply because moving into difficult no, he's still going to get caught by Dooku. Dooku's just going to push the Death Troopers away, choke the leader, and then charge Krennic.
Choke the Shore Trooper, you mean? Yep. Assuming he's reset all those force powers. Because he only gets 2 back a turn.
Oh, he hasn't reset choke, so no, you're right. Maybe he just pushes the death, kills the Shore, and then chases Krennic. Yeah, maybe it's in Evan's favor then.
Matt's just said a choke and a push would be amazing right now. He does not have a choke and a push.
There we go. Yeah, okay, so Evan did the right thing, and going into that difficult terrain also means that Dooku is a bit more hard-pressed to catch up.
Yep. So Matt's moving yellow.
Yeah.
I assume that's going to be a double move. And let them slow down, but they're still going to be pressed to get there. Oh, what's going on there, Matt?
I think he can get there with a double.
Yeah. But it's going to have to be...
Oh, no, actually no, because the leader has to be inside. Oh, it's the token within the deployment zone. So if it's close, he might be able to
just position the token.
Yeah, and it says within, so it entirely needs to be within. So we can't have a single pixel hanging over that deployment zone.
Okay, I don't think Evan's got anything that he can stop yellow with at this point, though.
No, I don't think so.
Probably playing for points.
That said, if yellow doesn't have enough
move
to get in there, Evan can just claim it and win in his deployment.
Do you reckon? I mean, because the problem though is Dooku can't stop Krennic this turn, but if he kills the deaths and the Shaw, he can pull Krennic back out of the deployment zone next turn.
Yeah, he could. That's definitely possible. I think what Matt needs to do is push the Death Troopers over the barricade, slice the shore open, and then just run with Dooku towards Krennic.
Yep.
Because if he does any other combo, I think Krennic gets away. And then refresh, push, and just, get nasty up on Krennic. Make sure he's not in that deployment zone.
So here comes the red shore troopers shooting into the blue B1s. Evan has rolled a bucket of hits.
Looks like 6 at the moment.
Looks like 6 saves for Matt. And that looks like 5 dead droids.
Good for Evan with points as well. If you can knock those last 2 off, that's a solid, 50 points or something around that?
Don't take the barricade, Matt.
54. 54 for each E5C unit.
Okay, Matt's turn. Activate our sniper and try and kill that last Death Trooper. That's what I do.
I agree.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God.
So he's activating the red BX droids here.
Yep.
I say he's probably going to try to shoot that Death Trooper.
He does have to move or dodge, though.
Oh, yes, that's true. It does have a face down. Probably a scale up to the top there. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'd have been inclined to just activate the teal one and kill the Death Trooper. Because, like, with the name token, you almost guaranteed kill that Death Trooper.
Before he gets a chance to shoot. Yeah, and you don't want the Death Trooper getting into combat with Dooku because it just makes everything harder. It is quite thematic, though, if they all jump into Dooku or Krennic slinks off with the objective and wins. Oh, so the BXs are going and scaling around. I'd say that's try to set up the shots against Krennic in next turn, just in case Dooku doesn't kill him.
The conversation there was, can he both climb up the wall and down the wall in the same turn? And I think no.
No, I don't think so either.
Yep. So he moves to the edge of the building. Looks like we're shooting green.
Just for clarification as well, scale is you could do a free clamber before or after that move.
But not both.
No.
Which is what he tried to do. Yeah, cool.
Right.
Okay, so the sniper's going to try and pick off one more green shore trooper.
Oh, except it says a unit can use the scale keyword multiple times during the activation.
Meaning you can do it on both move actions, still not you can do it. Yeah.
Yes. No, yeah, you could, yeah. Yeah, so he could move without shooting, but yeah, he probably doesn't want to do that.
So we got one save to make, and as they have done, red dice roll shields.
That's good. I wonder if Evan can see that engagement option.
Okay, Evan's activation. Draws. Special Forces. Death Trooper.
Can he roll it off? He can. Big.
Clears a suppression. Now, what does he do with him?
Come on, Evan. Move him. It is almost 11 o'clock here as well, so I would not be surprised after a big day they don't see some of these moves that we can see.
He's thinking.
Well, I can see that mouse hovering around thinking.
Yeah, he's talking about who he wants to get suppression on. And the answer is nobody. You want to engage Dooku. Engage Dooku.
Oh no, Evan. Don't be that guy.
He's recovering.
Covering. Okay.
He's going to recover and throw a grenade at the BX. That feels like a waste of an activation.
Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, the BX isn't even in a position to get the objective token if the yellows drop it.
It does nothing. That could have slowed Dooku down. We got an activation here from Dooku.
Yep, so push the deaths, slice the shore, and then move.
It looks like he's actually cutting the Death Troopers here.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it looks like he's going to kill them, so that's fine.
I mean, that combo works as well.
1, 2, yep. Yeah, I mean, that combo was less likely.
And now he can just push the shore and move.
Yep, what? he's got a troop token to push the shore.
Yeah, of course.
Yep, to where droids can kill him. And then
can't quite get to Krennic at the moment, but he will have that pushback next turn. Yep, that Death Trooper engaging would have stopped that.
Okay. Shore Trooper doesn't rally. Only gets one action. Not helpful.
Yeah, I'd be trying to save points there, I think, and jumping behind the barricade. or behind the building if you can get out of the BX. Probably not.
Yeah, just get out of the way.
Yeah, even just a dodge. It's good
No,
attack though.
he's just going to shoot.
He does get a surge, so it's not going to do anything at all. Curious.
So they're just going to shoot back at that shore trooper.
And nothing with that suppression.
Yep, that's them done. Okay, and they move up. So Evans still has shore troopers or shore troopers.
He's going with shore troopers. Now, they're not going to panic. Interestingly, though, he could compel them now and then move into combat with Dooku.
Yes.
And then it doesn't do a lot, but next turn he could move with the other shore and lock, or the other two shores and potentially lock Dooku in combat. There's another option.
Looks like he's just going to shoot Dooku.
Also good, except for the deflection thing.
And just not being able to do enough to stop him. All right. They're going for it.
Well, not bad. 4 coming in. Looks like he has the crit weapon, so 5 on Dooku. So he's going to spend the dodge and roll 4.
Oh.
Ooh, gets 2. But he will also kill 1 as well.
Yep.
I mean, there's every possibility Dooku, like I said earlier, just rolls nothing and dies.
Okay. So green into the Death Trooper. Nope. Just a suppression. And they get their uplink back as their second action.
Interesting.
Okay, so
aim and shoot. Yeah, surely you go for the single Death Trooper. They're worth more.
yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Kills him. Yeah, they should have done that earlier, though, before he had a chance to engage.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, the first move should have been that. Like, he shouldn't have even had a chance to shoot him because he won priority, and then moving in would be good. So with that, 6.
Yep.
Whew,
Turn 6.
22 minutes. We're actually going to finish 6 turns. This is good. Efficient. So what do we see from both sides here? So I think from Matt we see
Standing orders, because I think all these other cards are CAD.
Oh yeah, that's true. Ooh, and Annihilation, which matters nothing for droids. It does let Krennic go first though, and he may. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really do a lot. It could mean B1 droids panicking if they
Panicking.
don't clear it, which could mean the objective drops.
But they get +1 courage for the hostage, right?
Oh, yes, that's true.
So they won't panic?
No. But they may lose the... Oh, no, that's right. Droids.
Yeah,
yep,
droids.
I got 11 o'clock brain. Yeah, so I guess it really does come down to, can that leader of the B1 yellow team get fully across there? Because Krennic probably won't be able to be where he is across into that deployment this turn, especially with Dooku having an order.
Oh, Dooku has to go for Krennic.
Yeah. Krennic surely runs away.
Evan has just reminded Matt that he gets additional courage from holding the hostage.
And that's where Matt, I'm sure, stops panicking. Because he remembered, like I did, that it doesn't actually matter.
He can get Dooku in.
Just one. Speed 1, Evan. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I don't think that's going to matter. If Krennic moved to the bottom of the building and then clambered up, I don't think Dooku could push him back down. And then he'd be able to put the objective token into deployment zone.
Yeah, so I don't think Evan's going to get his point. So the question is, does Matt's yellow squad get there?
Well, I think Evan can get his point if he goes to the bottom of that building and jumps up at it, because it means he's holding onto it in his deployment zone, and Dooku can't move him, because no matter where he moves on the building, he's still in the deployment zone.
Yeah, Evan's just had the same conclusion.
Yep, so it means Dooku really needs to kill Krennic, which he won't be able to.
Probably won't be able to.
Well, he can't get up to the top of the building to use the lightsaber, and his lightsaber only throws 5, and Krennic's got 6 health.
Yeah, unless he takes one for the clamber.
Yes, quite possibly. But even then, Dooku can't get up to the top and use his lightsaber. Because he does not have jump. He doesn't like jumping.
No jumping.
Yeah. Yep, so I think this is the win for Evan here. Or anything crazy. Because, yeah, you position that. Sneaky. I like it.
All right.
Yeah, big turn here. Can that yellow get across? Oh, he double rallies. That's big. Not really, but like for white dice, that's big. Don't think he makes it.
You got to go as straight as you can there.
Yep. Oh,
he's going to be fine.
Oh dear. So points now. Interesting. So Dooku kills that green squad, potentially. Yeah, it's going to be tight on points, hey?
So that's going to be 2 victory points each at the end of the game, and they're going to be actually playing for kills? That's how it's going to score out?
Yeah.
Unless he can kill Krennic somehow. No.
It's possible that Red Shore unit... Oh, no, probably not. I'm going to say if they could get up to kill those 4 yellows, but I don't think they can from where they are.
Okay, so we got a rally from Evan. So greens into Dooku.
Yeah. I think that's all you can do really at this point.
So it's 2 saves. Ooh.
Oh no. I was right. You can just dodge stuff, not dodge stuff. So that puts him down to 2.
Yep, 2 left on Dooku.
Dooku does not rally. Wait, yes, he plays 1. So he'll still get his actions.
And move into them means you can't die.
He should only be moving speed 1. But yeah. Double moved in there, as it looks like. No, Twitchy 5x5. He wouldn't be at the same level, I think. So he would not be able to. If it was a ladder, that would be different. Yes, they've just realized that it needs to be speed 1, I think. Oh, he's going to lightning then move.
Yep. Try and kill as many people as possible.
3.
That kills him. And then he's going to push them into him.
Yes. That makes sense. And then move into them. So Evans retains those green squadron points, squad points, which is good for him. Now, if Evan can knock out the blue squad, there'll be another 54 under his belt.
Okay, so red squad now from Evan. Going to shoot into what's left of blue, just 2 of them left. Only 1 goes through. Jabers. Not an extra point.
So I think Evan has about 281 points left on the board.
Yep.
It looks about fairly similar, except Dooku is worth a heck of a lot more.
So Matt has only got 1 target left on the board, being the red shore troopers. So he throws as much as he can into them.
Yeah.
Starting with the blue guy doing nothing.
I think points-wise, Matt is ahead. Those BXs are 50 each.
And he's killed, 2 units of death troopers. And Bosk. Okay, so green into red. Does nothing. You might as well... No, it doesn't matter what you do.
There's only the BXs left, isn't there?
Yeah.
No, he can't kill them all in time. That's pretty much it.
And they have to dodge or move.
Yeah.
And they dodge.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think it ends up being about 460, 480 to 380. So I think if those Death Troopers hadn't have died, it would have been a lot closer.
Okay, so yeah. Last shot from the BXs.
Oh, no.
Just straight up misses. Red dice into 2. So I think that's it.
Yeah. Wow, that was exciting.
That doesn't have the points on it because I had to cut them off to save space.
Of the lists. That's all right. They can do the hard yard. Do you want me to unmute them and bring them back up?
Yeah, bring them.
I'll bring
them
Evan
in.
up first. Hey, Evan, can you hear us now? Hello.
What's the story, eh?
It was incredibly tight.
All right.
Yeah. So we
I feel like I should have done the melee into the bigger squad at the end there, and then sniped the last short trooper maybe. But I don't think I can make it with the speed one. But that's all right.
I should have remembered my target and actually taken aim tokens in that last round.
No, in that last round was kind of oof. You only killed one full B1
yeah,
squad?
I don't think I got that much
I had the
out
white
of
squad
you.
as well. So you got a white squad, which is what are they? 36 plus 10, 46. You got the B2s, which are 74. You got one full 30, 18.
The Matt's just doing their math. Audience, we're just trying to work out who won. Because 2 victory points each in the end from both players getting their hostages into their deployment zones with their units. Not the original units, they died.
No, of course not. How many did you get? How many did I get?
Yeah, they passed them across heroically. Krennic climbing up a building, the B1s just casually moving across.
All just jumping in and go, I'll get them. Nope, they are dead. I'll get them.
Yeah.
How many, Evan? You got it calculated?
515 on my count.
313.
Yep.
Winner.
Yeah,
So what's the score, gentlemen?
So I killed 515 and Evan killed 313.
Oh, okay, so
it's a satisfying score comparison.
Just check my math, right? Because you've killed one
just over 200
orange
points
unit,
in it.
The white unit, the B2s, and CAD.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
Nice.
Oof.
All right, thanks very much, guys.
Thanks. That was fun.
That was
that stupid,
round.
That stupid sneaky sniper spot here on the boxes was ridiculous.
Oh, such a pain. And CAD just not dying to Bosk.
Yeah, that was annoying.
He should have died in that first of the double shot. If I got him in the first of the double shot, I would have grabbed the bounty, run back down, hidden for the rest of the game with a victory point.
And that would have been enough.
Yeah, and the my actual Bane token should have been over behind this big tower. Just so I could, have him poke and cheek rather than get shot at turn 1. That's all right.
Yeah, that was probably a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, that's okay.
But even first time
just have him putting on the smoke token where I put the smoke token, have him on there. Yeah, that was fun. How many people do we have watching?
Sorry?
How many people
we
do we have
peaked
watching?
at about 9, didn't we?
Oh, nice.
We had a couple more than that, I think. It'll tell me at the end. But yeah, we averaged like 8 or 9.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So that's pretty good.
It was good.
If anyone in the chat room has any feedback, we'll be back next week. Rhett and I will be playing, and Matt and Evan will be on the commentary. Rhett has randomly been assigned Rebels, and I have randomly been assigned Galactic Republic, and I've still not actually played a game with them yet, so that'll be interesting.
Just have lots of tokens and share them.
Yeah, I mean, that seems
Basically,
to be the way to do it. Just take
And,
Dark Troopers.
lots of standbys and have people complain about standbys.
Rex and Phase 2s.
All right. I'm going to head off. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
All right,
thanks, guys.
thank you,
Don't even
everybody. Everybody in the chat room, if you haven't already, hit the follow button so that you are notified every time we go live. Haha.
Thanks for
I'm
watching,
pretending
everyone.
to be professional and stuff.
All right. See you, everyone.
All right,
Brad.
thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Brad.
Mm.
It's good.
Yeah, good fun.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Matt. Have a good night.
Say bye.